When it's time for an adventure on a primitive planet, it's best to cram it with as many callbacks as you can cram into an adventure crammed with callbacks.
Hey, Commander Fennec here, and Lower Decks uses what seems to be, or is supposed to be, the season-long arc as a pretext to explore a primitive planet. Yep, time for an undercover mission to retrieve tech left behind by the Enterprise D from another dimension.
Purple Enterprise.
Doesn't matter what color it is.
It might.
And as this is Lower Decks, and the writers appear to think their stories can't work without callbacks of some kind, we've got them in spades. There's nods to the Enterprise episode Carbon Creek and TNG episodes such as The Inner Light, Thine Own Self, and Time's Arrow. Well, not only that, but since the planet experiences time differently, it's also a nod to Interstellar.
Actually, the planet you're thinking of in Interstellar had time going in the opposite direction. A few minutes on it equaled years on the ship. But yeah, the similarities are strong. You could also argue that it's reminiscent to the Orville's Kandar planet from Mad Idolatry.
So there's a lot of callbacks for sure. And at the same time, Tandy wants to make sure she gets picked as bridge science officer over T'Lyn, while Boimler spills his drink on the transporter console, causing him to delay retrieving Mariner, Tandy, and T'Lyn. That felt so stupid. Well, they had to come up with a reason why the girls got stranded on the planet for a while. Utterly pathetic. Not funny. Well, unless you're 4 or something. Is this the target audience now? Based on the last episode, it seems to be. Utterly ridiculous contrived reason aside, the story had some interest. I liked how T'Lyn just got on with it and started providing for the team, and how Tandy became so obsessed with wanting the bridge position over T'Lyn. While Mariner, ever the expert on all the adventures that happened on the Enterprise D, now wants to recreate an inner light moment for herself, something she utterly fails at. Aside from the transporter console mishap, this was the most boring part of the story.
I'd like to know why none of the villagers thought to check out the crash site the girls had come to remove. After all, as a second on the Cerritos is a week on the planet, that crash would have been there for months, if not years already.
Well, Tandy mentions that very issue herself in the episode, so I guess that makes it okay? Another convenient plot contrivance. The writing really is getting lazy. Well, if you don't like lazy writing, you're going to hate Purple Data's head being in the wreckage. Absolutely. The tidbits we learned from the Enterprise D tell us that aside from the color, that universe is pretty much the same. So why did Purple Picard and Purple Co. just go without retrieving him? I guess that's yet another contrivance we'll just have to ignore and go along with. But it makes no sense. That's the thing. There are some good ideas in there, but the concept needs so many ludicrous and unrealistic things to happen, it ruins the story. Guess it could have done with a few rewrites. Most definitely. Actually, take Data's head. Tandy manages to get it working again by powering up through a big contraption she built. That head won't work without that power machine. Until it does, and she can take him around town in a bag, and Purple Data's still active. I mean, what is the point of thinking about consistency when you can just write what you want, when you want, because you want to?
But what about the interdimensional rifts? What's that about?
Exactly. There doesn't really seem to be a reason to keep dangling that supposed ongoing plot thread in front of us. Well, unless the last 3 episodes will be all about them. Or maybe the season arc isn't about the dimensional rifts, but about the beards we grew along the way.